If I told you everything is not for everyone, how would you respond? Would you agree with me if I said every good thing is not for everyone? I bet you're thinking, is he saying we don't all deserve the good things of life? Or that some things are not for certain types of people? You might even be offended now. And I get it. But please don't be offended. I'm going somewhere. And I believe that if you stay with me, you would agree with me at the end of the day. You see, the truth is, everything, no matter how good, is not for everyone. These days, we're all motivated, challenged, encouraged to become entrepreneurs. And that's good. They tell us to get out of the rat race. They tell us to stop living from paycheck to paycheck. They tell us, quit working for people. Work for yourself. But the truth is that not all of us are cut out to be entrepreneurs. And that in itself is not a bad thing. So don't bash yourself. Don't feel pressured. Because I've heard it and I've seen, a lot of people, because of how many times and how often we hear these motivational speeches that encourage us to bring out the entrepreneur inside of us, to go out and do our own thing. They tell you, do what you love. Even if what you love is not able to pay you, just do it. Now, that has led into a lot of problems. It has led people into decisions that they were not adequately prepared for. In some cases, situations that they're not even wired to go through. So the people who fall into this trap, I call it a trap with all, due respect. And I'm not here to bash motivational speeches. I'm not here to bash motivational speakers. They mean well. But I'm just saying that we cannot approach our lives with a one-size-fits-all mindset. So there are a lot of people who have regular 9 to 5. They seem to be doing well, but they're not happy. They're not satisfied because they hear that they need to become entrepreneurs, so they are miserable. They're depressed because they feel that they are failing because they work for someone, for government, or for a corporate organization. And the path they've followed is one that says, build a career, build a life, and then saving up to retire someday. That might sound boring now, but then you have to approach it with caution. Because I agree that being an entrepreneur is desirable. All well and good. I mean, everybody loves to work for themselves. Nobody would say, I would rather, be ordered around by someone if I can order people around. But not all of us have what it takes. Not all of us understand how this works. Not all of us have the temperament for these things. Now let me bring it down to basics. I'm going to give you a very simplistic scenario. It's so simple you might even again be offended. Look at it this way. If all of us are entrepreneurs, if all of us are employers, who is going to be the employee? If we all have businesses, if we all want to do our own thing, who is going to help the entrepreneur to realize his vision? Who is going to help the entrepreneur to realize his dreams? So there are people that will help you because that's what they're cut out to do. You have the vision, but you may not know how. So you are the entrepreneur, but you need a technician, you need a professional, you need a manager, you need an accountant, you need somebody somewhere sometime with some certain kinds of skill to help your vision forward. So now you see why I said not everything is for everyone. Because people are wired differently and we're wired to do different things. A 9 to 5 job is not a curse. A 9 to 5 job does not mean you're lazy. It doesn't mean you're not driven. It doesn't mean you don't have ambition. It just means that probably that is the phase you are right now, And then you can move on to become an entrepreneur later if you're cut out for it. But you have to hone your skills working in an organization, so that when you go out to start your own thing, you know what not to do and what to do. You know how to manage people. You know how to manage your funds. You know how to handle your customers. You know how to make sure that your product is always top notch. Now, having a 9-to-5 job does not preempt, and it doesn't say you cannot become an entrepreneur. So what you want to do, which I advise, you can have a side hustle. If you're a 9-to-5 jobber, you can have a coaching business, you can have a teaching business, you can even consult. Or if you feel you want to do it, you can open a real business where you service customers, where you sell things. That way you have people working for you, you have people who are running it for you. You don't have to be there 24/7. So that, in addition to your main job, gives you multiple income streams. So if you then decide that this job is no longer paying me as much as what my business is paying me, by all means, you can leave the job and go into the real business. But do not leave certainty for uncertainty. I advocate and I encourage people to take risks, but it has to be calculated. It has to be measured. It has to be reasonable. These days, I'm sure if you look around you, you will see a lot of millionaire employees. There are people who are on salary and they're millionaires. There are people who do 9-to-5 and they earn millions. So if income is the drive, you then don't need to own a business because you're already earning millions. But as much as we need entrepreneurs, as much as the world needs visionaries, we also need the professionals. We need doctors, we need nurses, we need engineers, we need technicians, we need architects, we need bus drivers, we need bricklayers, we need mechanics, we need train drivers, we need pilots. Name them. The world needs everybody, but we can't all be everything. So not everything is for everyone. I'm saying it again. So don't put yourself under unnecessary pressure to become an entrepreneur if you're not wired for it. Rather, play to your own strength. Identify where your strength lies and maximize your potential in that area. So that way, you will be the best in what you were created to be, being who you were made to be, and doing what you were made to do. Someone said something. He said, we should all work to be independent of the good opinions of others. Work to be independent of the good opinion of others. In other words, the fact that this opinion sounds good does not mean it will work for you. Desiring to be an entrepreneur by itself does not mean you're going to succeed at it. But if you allow that good opinion to guide you into your decisions, you might be miserable at the end of the day. So I tell you, and I passionately plead with you, don't be other directed. Be intentional. Because if you allow the opinion of others to direct you, they might lead you where you don't want to be. It might lead you where you don't belong. And that will make you miserable. So, don't be other directed. Be intentional. Rule your world with good thoughts and brilliant ideas.